Adam Dausch. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much, Rick.
Thank you very much. Adam, I met at a club. Oh, not a club. It's a restaurant club.
Let's call it club.
Club.
Sounds better.
Yes, where the scene is happening. Yeah, we met him at a club. I thought we met maybe online first or knew each other online.
I don't think you were in the same chat room I was.
No. All right. Oh, you do the video chats? Adam's drummer, connoisseur, man of the world, right?
That's
man
true.
of the world.
Right.
Great drummer. And you're from Munster, Indiana?
That's correct.
It's really good because he brought bongos and a lot of little gizmos that I liked because it made it a little different. Because doing these, I start finding myself I'm playing the same stuff. So you came and brought a bit of a different element in. So,
well, I don't play super fast or anything. I like to, as a drummer, I think everyone should have their own voice, as a drummer. So I like to tinker around. That's how I started banging on pots and pans. So if I could play pots and pans over your drums.
You play pretty fast, though. I was counting like 748 beats per minute. Or they call them BPMs.
Yeah. I try a little bit here and there, but that's not my strong point. Patterns and beats is, I think, what I like to play the most.
Adam has a band. You want to tell us about your band with your lovely wife, Holly?
Yes. Well, right now it's called Metropoly, and it's do a lot of smaller gigs, breweries, markets, and stuff like that. Mostly covers. We do have originals. We're planning on recording. We have the demos recorded, but we're planning on going to a real studio and recording, putting those down, preferably electrical audio in Chicago.
What kind of style of the originals? I haven't heard your originals.
Yeah,
I'm on left
there's
field
I think some demos maybe on SoundCloud from a few years back, but I would say they're and it's something Fiona Apple meets Hole meets. It's kind of angry girl stuff, but piano. Holly switches between piano and guitar.
By the way, his wife is really beautiful.
Oh, shh. Oh, she is.
I'm going to embarrass her, I know.
Right. Well, she played with you before. She played keyboards
Yes, she did. She did. She did a gig with the Terminal White Band. It was we brought her in playing keyboards and being kind of this ambient figure. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure what she thought. She's probably like, what am I doing here? But it was kind of an odd gig.
Well, we got to buy a whole new MIDI controller for that
gig. And you're Munster. She's from Munster. You knew her in high school?
Not so much. She's a little bit older than me.
She is?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't, yeah.
She's rocking the cradle then.
Robbing.
Rocking. I said rocking?
Yeah, or robbing, I guess. I actually played in a band with her brother and her sister in high school for what they called Battle of the Bands back in the day. When I was a freshman, my band was called Abaddon, which, means the lower depths of hell. We were angry freshman kids. We actually won.
They didn't know what the name meant, though.
Probably not, But my first band in 7th grade was called Gandhi's Gonads. So,
When did you start playing?
I got a set when I was probably 6, Blue Sparkle Ludwig, but couldn't reach the pedals or anything like that. So
your parents just bought the Blue Sparkle Ludwig, or was it kind of laying around and using?
Well, yeah, they bought it for my dad. Played a little bit, and he had a Blue Sparkle Ludwig, which was ruined in a flood in a basement back in the day. But so he thought, and they knew I banged around on pots and pans, so they bought it for me. I think they got a good deal on it, But I really didn't take it seriously till I was probably junior high, when my friend joined the orchestra, and his parents bought him an electric bass because he was doing good on the upright. And so I have a drum set, you have a bass, let's find somebody who plays guitar.
You're a Ludwig guy too. I noticed Ludwig. That's all you have is Ludwig.
That's all I have. Yeah. I mean, I like Tama. I had a lot of those growing up too, but most of my favorite drummers play Ludwig. Whether Hal Blaine or Ringo or Johnny Bonham and stuff like that. I just like the sound, so I just figured, why am I playing the DW or whatever? I had Tama. Got mostly all vintage stuff, mahogany kit, maple kit, Vistalite kit. Don't have the stainless steel anymore. I sold that.
So how many kids do you have? 5 or 6?
I have 5 now. 5. Yeah, 5.
We're unfortunate. We're not like Larry Meislovic, who is on this show, who has 30 kits.
Right.
And every time he gets one, he goes, "My wife's going to kill me."
Yeah.
He goes, "Don't tell my wife, but I'm swapping one." He goes, "I got to sell one to get another one in the house." And Larry, I'm putting you on the spot there. Yeah. So you and your wife have Metropolis, so you're going to try and do a record.
Yeah. At least an EP for now. You don't make money off of albums anymore, so you just...
It's a shame.
Yeah, it is. And we're not planning on trying to become famous or go on tour or anything. We just want to do it for us,
Adam brought a gift. Can I open this?
Yeah.
Is it? Should I? Sometimes you got to keep it in the bag.
No.
Because it's a collector's item.
Same in the bag or out of the bag.
Yeah, but it's like a toy. Some guys don't. Like the train set. You have some guys. I have a train set over here, and some guys have. Don't take it out of the box. Yeah. And say, I got to use my shit. That's the way I am. But
we won't open your Beanie Babies or your Tamagotchis or your.
Yeah, you have to open it. My mom used to be like that. When I get a toy when I was a little kid, don't open it now, because we'd be at Grandpa's house. You're going to lose some. I've been waiting for 6 months, and when you're a kid, 6 months is like 7 years. Now, if we could get a close-up on this, I have an egg from Metropole.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you get that name?
I don't know. Ask Holly.
Sounds good.
Yeah. We figured, let's make something, it was a little expensive to make them, but we like to give them away at the shows.
I'm going to put a little reverb on this. Let's hear a reverb. So that's good. You want to say anything in reverb? Hello.
Is this mic on?
Yes.
Hello.
All right.
Thanks, Rick.
Metropole. Oh, I don't know what Metropole means. You don't know either.
It was like
Metropole, like the Metropole in New York, like the strip joint?
It's more like Holly lived in Chicago for a long time, and it was kind of like Metropolis, Holly. She didn't want to call it Metro Ho. Metro Holly, Metro Ho. So just kind of turned into Metropoly.
Because I lived in New York, there's a place called the Metropole, and it was a live sex joint. So just so you know that, because
maybe that's where she got the name from.
Because when I said, well, you didn't. Yours says Metropole.
Yeah, Metropoly.
Metropoly.
Yeah.
But I thought it was Metropole at one time, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's the strip club you're thinking of.
Okay, that's it. Yeah.
The Metropole.
It wasn't a strip club. It was a live sex place.
Oh, even better.
I guess depending on what you're comfortable with, you could really record almost anywhere.
Sure.
If you have the know-how and some decent outboard gear and decent mics.
I mean, I know people who've recorded albums on iPads and they sound great. The first and foremost, if you have an instrument that sounds good. If the room sounds good and the instrument sounds good in the room,
that's a head start there.
It's a head start, yeah. It's no point in putting a microphone on a rack tom and putting 3 plugins of EQ on to try to make it sound right. I mean, you can for an effect.
When you record 2-tape, of course you want to get a clean sound as possible, straight up the middle.
Yeah.
Although I've known some famous people who have not done that, who have recorded to tape with effects. So it all depends what you're going for, because some people go by the book. You don't necessarily have to go by the book.
Well, what a lot of people do now is they hit the tape heads. I recorded an album. I was hired to play on an album. It was 2 years ago in Chicago, and we recorded the album digitally, but we actually ran through the tape machine and hit the heads of the tape machine to get that like warmth and that saturation of the tape, and then right out of the tape machine into Pro Tools. So that's super common nowadays to do that. You know, what's a 2-inch tape? 23 minutes for a reel. They're up to like $400 a reel now. So I mean, if you're recording and you're limited to how many tracks you could have, so it's just the way that people do it.
Adam was so kind. He bought the Matt Rose album. This is our second album from 1994 on Atlantic Records, Panic On. And where did you buy this?
I think I bought that online. I loved that album in the 90s when I was growing up. And
it's so weird that
it was my favorite of the Matt Rose albums. I mean, the 2 that I really knew. The first
Bring It
one,
Down.
Yeah, Bring It Down.
This one would be on the Atlantic label.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever been reissued.
It has.
Has it?
Not on vinyl. Not on vinyl, but I think Rhino or somebody picked it up recently, a couple years ago.
Okay.
We'll get our director, Murgatroyd. Can you get a close-up of that? So weird you have that.
Well, I want to show, Murgatroyd. Look at Rick's earring. It's beautiful.
Which one is that? Is that the one with the cross? It is with the cross.
Do you still own that earring?
I still have the earring, but the ear hole has sealed up.
Well, maybe you could sell it on eBay.
So nice that you have that. Very good. Very good.
Thanks for putting that out.
Right. That seems it's so long ago. It's unbelievable. It's just your career, time just goes by so quickly.
It's a great album. People listen to it. The first song is my favorite song.
Panic On.
Sleep Forever.
Oh, Sleep Forever. I don't even know.
That's a great opening track.
I don't even know the songs. It's been so long. I like that.
Yeah.
You just had a kid.
I did.
You just had a kid.
Well, she'll be 1 February 26th. So.
See, time flies. Yep. My God, time flies. Just had a child.
Yeah.
How's that? How's that change things?
Well, I mean, I'm sick all the time. You know, she goes to daycare, so
brings home every kind of bacteria known to man.
It's been fantastic. I mean, she's, you know, I never thought I'd have a kid. I never did. And, you know, at first...
Was this planned?
It was.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been great. It's fantastic. You know, I'm a good person. We are good people. And, you know, I feel that if we have raise a baby, raise a kid, and she'll be a good person and help this place out. Because it needs fucking help.
There's always that person that comes along that could change things.
Yeah.
Gandhi.
I already bought her a drum set. So.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you buy her one of the kids' ones? Kind of a smaller
well,
one?
I want to buy that, but so Ludwig has a rap called Ruby Strata. They made it in the late 70s.
Because her name's Ruby.
Her name is Ruby, sorry. And they reissued it in, I want to say 2015, and it looks super good. It's super pink and super, like, it almost looks like the black oyster pearl.
Right, but it's red, right?
But it's red and pink and black. My good friend at Ludwig told me they were discontinuing it, so I had to order one.
You're really good at the way you approach drums.
Thank you.
Because it's very musical, working with rhythms, and that's why I'm glad you brought the bongos and all that. That was a real good angle. I can't wait to hear
hopefully
the tapes.
Comes out okay, yeah. It's really tough to double drum.
Did you ever play with another drummer? In a band or in a situation, two guys? Maybe percussionist, probably?
I played percussion, and there was like a live hip-hop band in Chicago. I think they're defunct now, but they were called Abstract Giants. Holly sang a little bit with them, and I kind of tagged along as the percussionist. That's really fun, but they had set songs, so I knew where to be in the song. I love the way the drums are tuned here. They're musical. When they're just dead, they're dead. It's just bang them, But when they're tuned to like a note, I feel that you can do stuff like we did. Did you ever listen to Talk in the 80s?
Yeah.
Like that's for me. Like I love that style of music. Like it combines, like new technology, what was coming up in the 80s with like kind of punk and just pop rock, and those guys would haul out all that shit. They'd haul out all their keyboards and they'd haul out their Simmons pads along with their full kit, and they'd pull it off.
A lot of work back then, because it wasn't like technology today.
Sure. I know, that's what I'm saying.
It was a lot different.
That's why you got to give those guys all that credit.
Even if you look at Bill Bruford with Yes, I saw some interviews with him, and when he was using that whole Simmons setup, he kind of had a whole wall.
Yeah.
It was interesting because someone said, "Did you have roadies doing it?" He goes, "The roadies couldn't even figure it out."
Right.
He goes, "They'd put it out on stage, and I'd be there fucking putting it together." Joe Morello.
Yeah, Morello's good. I was just talking about him. I have a Silver Sparkle, just like him, super classic Ludwig.
I want that.
He's another Ludwig player, Ginger Baker.
Yeah, he was. Great thing. I saw a Joe Morello clip. It was probably maybe '59, right when Take 5 came out. It was actually a Take 5 clip.
Okay.
Of them playing live, it looked like it was a nightclub, but it was in like a studio of some sort. And Joe Morello's playing with his glasses, and he keeps doing this while he's playing, because that's what mine do. You know, when you're playing, so he's playing the solo, bum bum ba dum ba doom bum rap bum. Boom, ba-dum, boom. He keeps.
Yeah.
Then his bass drum's rolling away.
Sure.
So he's playing, and he pulls the bass drum closer.
Yep.
So couldn't you get didn't they think of maybe a mat or something? You know, just put a mat.
Right. Well, those Ludwig anchors, if they flip, they have like the rubber feet on the one side, and then the other side's the spikes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of those old clips they're playing, like you said, on a Ringo. If you look at Ringo stuff, they would screw and put a screw under his hoop and through his hoop.
Through it. I thought they just put it in front.
Well, no. He there's pictures I've seen of him playing on like.
They drilled right through the hoop.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I thought because I know
it was playing on stages, wood stages, obviously.
Right, and they didn't really have a mat sometime, or on some television performances where they played live, they would just have the kit on whatever flooring they had. Animal.
Well, here we are. We're gonna have Animal play the drums. I don't think he uses so many cymbals.
Thanks so much for coming on. We have consolation prizes here. I guess they're just prizes.
Okay.
You could either get the Walter Brennan box set or the We Built This City box set. It's your choice.
Is that a Starship thing?
Yeah, this is We Built This City box set. This has a special cuts, mixes, and outtakes, extended play version and dance version, and my favorite, the dog whistle version, silent whistle version. There's 73 versions of We Built This City on there.
It's one of my most hated songs. I'll take it. I'll take it for her Grace Slick's hair.
Pictures and photos of all their perms through their whole history of the band.
Very nice.
And, of course, interviews with the band and how they wrote the worst, most annoying song in the world. So it's either that or the Walter Brennan box set.
Well, you don't have to waste your time with that.
Oh, you don't? Okay, you want the... So he's going for the We Built the City box set. I want to thank Adam for coming on the show.
Thank you, Rick.
Thanks so much, man. I enjoyed playing. Maybe somewhere
also,
down the line.
A city built on rock and roll is structurally unsound.
Hopefully somewhere down the line we might be able to do some double drumming or something.
Let's start a band.
All right, Adam.
We're only down the street.
Thanks a lot. You've been listening to the Drum Off series right here, kicking at Kubic's crib. Look for a few more down the line right here in the front room. Take care.